Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to the channel. You know it's your boy Anime King. But before we start, I'm going to be leaving a link for my second channel at the top of the description for you guys to go and enjoy the new episode of Uchiha Naruto the Sage that I just posted. But for now on this channel, I'm going to be giving you part 2 of what if Naruto was trained to be a mercenary. Yeah guys, get this one to 100 likes as usual, shares to all of your friends on your social media platform, and I'll be creating a playlist so you guys can quickly find part 1. And yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Start the intro. So basically last time we left off, Tsunade has promoted Naruto to Chunin and she's going to give him a position of being a mercenary, but she told Jiraiya to bring Naruto on a 5-year training trip to train him and teach him everything that he knows. Naruto has brought Sasuke back to the village and they had put him in prison. Well, that was what Tsunade did. Naruto has cursed at Sakura as he finally revealed everything that he's been holding onto. But you guys need to go check it out to experience a full video. So yeah, let's get straight into this new part. It has been 3 days since Naruto left Konoha with Jiraiya. The village was quiet than usual since the loudmouth knucklehead wasn't around anymore. Some of the villagers and the ninjas were glad that he was gone. They still hated him for being the container of the nine-tailed fox. Others were down because of his departure and they were going to miss him a lot, mainly the Rookie 9. Sasuke was moved to a prison cell by order of the Hokage, and the council was not pleased with her decision. They wanted their precious Uchiha to receive a nice place to stay so he could recover from his wound from his fight with Naruto at the Valley of the End, but Tsunade didn't care. No one could overturn her decision. Sasuke Uchiha was a traitor and he deserved to be locked in a cell. He was going to join up with a S-rank criminal like Orochimaru, so Tsunade didn't care for him at the moment. Before Jiraiya left off, he managed to seal the power of the cursed seal on his neck, but he was still unstable, and if he gets the chance, he will try to leave the village again. For this purpose, Tsunade has ordered to seal his chakra completely, preventing him from performing any type of jutsu, including using his Sharingan. Tsunade was going to get a lot of bad remarks by this, as mainly the council members hated her. They weren't really up to treating Sasuke like a criminal, but Tsunade didn't care. She was a Hokage and she put her foot down. He was going to be treated like a criminal for what he did. But the council has came to a decision and Tsunade agreed that the Uchiha will have a trial like any regular criminal. But she knew that most of the council was not on her side. Even the 3 elders favored Sasuke, but she was going to make sure that Sasuke get the guilty sentence. Someone like him was not going to change. The only thing he wanted was power, and he didn't have any loyalty when it came to Konoha. A lot of people in the village were glad that Sasuke returned home, but most of them were angry and scared, thinking that he's going to join Orochimaru and Orochimaru is going to try and destroy the village again. Sakura was the only one who was still loyal to Sasuke. It didn't surprise anyone. She has always cared for him, traitor or not. But because of her loyalty to Sasuke, after him trying to kill Naruto and after how she treated Naruto, the Rookie 9 started to hate her. They were actually glad that Naruto rejected her worse than she did him, that he stopped have feelings for her, that he stopped caring. Right now, Sakura was walking in the streets of Konoha with a smile on her face. She had just received some news about Sasuke. He has finally woken and she couldn't wait to see him. She was even bringing him lunch that she made herself. She couldn't wait to see him enjoying her lunch and thanking her for the great meal she made for him and even giving her a kiss, she thought. She took a few glances of the villagers. Some of them were smiling at her because the rumors of what she said and did to Naruto started to spread across the entire village, while others were glaring at her. However, Sakura ignored them all as she made her way to see Sasuke. She found out about Naruto training mission with Jiraiya, but she didn't care. She was still hurt and upset with all of the horrible things he told her in the hospital. As far as she was concerned, she hoped that Naruto never returned back to the village. Choji and Shikamaru had stopped talking to her after what she said and did to Naruto. And her so-called best friend Ino also stopped talking to her. All of Ino's love towards Sasuke instantly vanished when she saw the wound that he did to Naruto. Ino wasn't the only one who lost interest in Sasuke. Almost everyone lost interest in him. All of the girls in the so-called fan club lost interest except that one thick-headed Sakura. Most of them just were afraid of him, and the rest of them didn't care for him anymore. While Kiba was furious at Sakura's outburst on Naruto after him and Akamaru nearly got killed after trying to bring back Sasuke to the village, and yet she cursed at Naruto. Shino hasn't said a word to her either, but he was rather disappointed with her for mistreating her teammates so badly. Rock Lee was completely disappointed in her for what she did to his blonde friend. His crush that he had on her completely vanished when he heard what she said to Naruto. It seems that he was wrong about her. He thought that she was kind and nice, but she was nothing of the sorts. Tenten was also disappointed in her. She even told her that she gave young girls like them a bad name. As for Neji, Sakura didn't want to meet him, as when he found out what she said to Naruto after he almost and nearly died on that battle, he was more furious than ever. They risked their life to bring back that traitor, and he could have died. So it looked like everyone was on Naruto's side. Hinata was the only one from the Rookie 9 still talking to her. The others thought that Hinata was too kind for her own good. The others thought, but Hinata was just so super kind. She was angry, but she got over it as she didn't hold anything harsh towards anyone. She finally stopped from her thinking and continued to walk to Anvo's headquarters, expecting that Sasuke would welcome her with open arms and accept her meal. But she was going to find out how wrong she was. At the Anvo headquarters, the prison section, Sasuke was sitting down in a bed in his cell. He couldn't believe that he was back in Konoha. He was so upset. He couldn't stop thinking about his fight with Naruto at the Valley of the End. How in the world did he lose to him? He is nothing but a dead last, the last in the academy, and I am a Uchiha, the most powerful person in Konoha, he thought. How in the hell did I lose to stupid Naruto Uzumaki? He growled out. What the hell was he going to do now? He needed the power to become stronger and kill his brother and finally take revenge for his clan. But now he was stuck in this damn prison cell. As he closed his eyes, as he could clearly remember his brother's words on that day, "You're weak because you lack hate. You need more hatred," Itachi told him, as those words flashed through his mind over and over again. He tightened his fist in anger, Staying in this cell wasn't going to help him. But what could he do? He was completely helpless. His chakra was sealed off, his Sharingan was unable to be used. And this place was swarming in Anvu guards. Even if he managed to get his chakra back, the Anvu guards will manage to subdue him because they have the numbers. As he said, damn it, he would have reached a Sound Village long time ago if Naruto hadn't stopped him, and he would have been training by now. But he knew when it come up to it that Konoha wouldn't kill him. They wanted to train him and make him be a part of Konoha because he have those eyes. So he knew that he was safe. He glad that they would give him a different sentence than execution. But he couldn't stay here. He needed to go to Orochimaru. He was the only person who can give him more power. As Sasuke thought about his battle, he knew that when he was fighting Naruto, he had no intent on killing him, only to knock him out so he could escape. But the thought was still tempting. If he had killed Naruto, he would have unlocked his Mangekyou Sharingan. It is a requirement to kill your closest friend. As his mind went dark, if it was to obtain power, he will kill Naruto. Suddenly, he heard the door open and someone started to walk forward. He looked up as he saw that it was two of them. It was Anvu and Sakura. He was super annoyed. She was the last person he wanted to see right now. He was thankful that he was in a prison cell, so he didn't have to see her worthless face. Make it quick, said the Anvu. He's not allowed to have any visitors. But I am following the Hokage's order to let you see him, the Anvu said. As Sakura nodded as the Anvu left the room, she then walked up closely as she looked down and smiled at Sasuke. Sasuke, I am glad you're back. I've missed you. He looked at her, not saying a word, but he wanted to know something. Where is Naruto? Sakura's eyes hardened a little bit as she tried to hide it. She was upset that the first thing he asked her was where was Naruto. He left the village with Jiraiya, going on some training mission. He's going to return in 5 years. Sasuke growled out hearing that. What? He already left the train? He's still stronger. And if he get even more stronger and I'm stuck in this cell, there is no way that I can beat him, Sasuke thought to himself. Sakura tried to change the topic as she didn't want to hear anything about Naruto. Look, I made some food for you, she said. Hoping you will like, she said as she blushed slightly. But Sasuke wasn't even reacting to her. He has been ignoring her since he found out about Naruto. He was trying to find out a way to escape and go to Orochimaru. Sasuke, didn't you hear me? I said I make some food for you, hoping that you were hungry, she said with a smile on her face as she looked down at him. Why the hell are you still here? I know what I wanted, so leave me alone, Sasuke stated. But Sasuke, I made food for you and thought that I could talk. I heard what you said. I am not hungry. Now leave. You're annoying me, Sasuke growled out at her. Sakura lowered her head to the ground. Once again, he has called her annoying. Why did he have to be so mean to me? She thought. All she has ever wanted is to see him happy. But she put a big smile on her face as she lifted up her head as she tried to be happy. But Sasuke was still ignoring her as he wasn't making eye contact. Sasuke, I was really worried about you. Can you at least give me a chance to make you happy? Sasuke looked at her as he has pure anger in his eyes. Can't you take a hint? You will never make me happy. Listen to me good, Sakura. It doesn't matter what you say or do. The only thing in this world that will make me happy is to kill Itachi and restore my clan. And even if I kill him, I will never choose someone like you to be the mother of my child. You are so annoying and I cannot stand you. Tears started to run down her face as she felt her heart being ripped into a million pieces. As Sasuke now is verbally abusing her as Naruto did, as she was just stunned and couldn't say a word. If you have time to come visit me, why don't you take that time and train? Instead, you come here and start talking with your annoying, stupid little voice. You are so weak. On our team, even Naruto proved himself, but you are nothing but dead weight. You only hold us back. The only thing you did was trying to make me like you. But don't you get the message? I will never like you. I will never feel anything towards you. Instead, I really just hate your annoying stupid little voice. You are like an annoying fly that keep flying around me, and I hate you. I am sick of you always following me around like a love-sick puppy. Stop acting like you're a weak little child. You're a ninja, act like one, and get over me. Sakura then dropped the bowl that she created for him. As it was glass, it shattered into pieces. As it hit the ground, her face was full of tears. She had this feeling in her gut. It was like something was just destroying her inside, as now she knew that Sasuke rejected her, and she finally got it, that he really hated her. Her eyes widened in realization. This is how Naruto must have always feel when I rejected him, when he asked me out on a date. This is truly a horrible feeling, she said to herself. Now the only thing that she was feeling for Sasuke was not sadness or heartbreak. It was pure unbridled anger. She had always done whatever she could do to get his attention, but no more. She's tired of it. He will never care for her or never feel for her, so she must stop doing all of these nonsense. Now she was feeling worse than ever. She rejected Naruto and he rejected her. And Naruto also left the village, and Sasuke has now rejected her. She couldn't believe that she just threw away her friendship with Naruto for nothing. She gave up everything for a traitor who they brought back to the village. She lost all of her friends, and Sasuke rejected her. She then looked down. As she looked back up, Sasuke, she said. As Sasuke looked at her, it was the first time she didn't call him Sasuke-kun. But he just put down back his head and started to think. He still didn't really want to hear what she had to say. Maybe she had finally given up. Maybe miracles do happen because she didn't call him Sasuke-kun. Screw you, you bastard! She shouted out at him with pure rage as tears flowed down, as she then left the cell, leaving Sasuke to his thinking. Sasuke was shocked to hear her say that, but at this particular moment, he didn't really care about anything or anyone. So, screw her. As he said, I must get out of this hell and find Orochimaru to receive my full birthright power as a Uchiha. Meanwhile, Sakura was running through the village as she was crying endlessly. She didn't know where she was going. She just wanted to go somewhere and get rid of this pain that she felt in her heart. Why was she so blind? Why couldn't she see it from the very first beginning? He never cared about her. He never really. He just wanted power and to prove himself. And now she had finally saw it, that he doesn't give one damn about her. As she runs straight out to the forest, as she dried her tears, she lost everyone, all of her friends, because of that traitor. As she looked around, she didn't even realize that she was in a forest. She ran so long, she ended up in the forest, but she realized this place. As she then walked out of the forest, and she was in the cemetery where all of Konoha ninjas who died on battle. As she saw a familiar face, as it was Kakashi, standing there right at a tombstone. She walked to Kakashi, trying not to disturb him on what he was thinking, as he turned around and said, "Oh, Sakura, are you here to pay your respect to our past heroes of the village? Since I am here, I will do it." She smiled slightly while getting next to him. "Oh, you didn't came here to honor them." He looked at her. "No, I was just out to clear my mind and I ended up here," she said to him. "But since I am here, I will pay my respect." As the both of them then stood in a minute of silence. After that, the both of them then start walking as they arrived at Team 7 first training place with the 3 logs that Naruto was tied up on. As he looked at her and said, "Sakura, I am so sorry for not seeing that path that Sasuke was going down on." "Kakashi Sensei, don't be like that. You did your best," said Sakura, trying to cheer her teacher up. "No, I have failed as a teacher. Once again," he said. "I have let my friends down. Sensei, what happened with Sasuke wasn't your fault. He was the one who chose to betray the village. It is still my fault. I was focusing on Sasuke more than you and Naruto, and I still failed to convince him to stay in the village. At the end, revenge took over him." Hearing that, Sakura lowered her head to the ground. "Why?" said Sakura. "Why what?" Kakashi asked her. "I always knew that you secretly admire Sasuke over me and Naruto, but why do you choose to give him more training than Naruto? I understand that you didn't took me because I am useless, but why not Naruto? Don't he prove himself worthy as a great student?" Kakashi was stunned at her comment for calling her own self useless, but he also had a smile on his face. The person who always admired Sasuke was now coming at her blonde teammate defense. It is very ironic. Well, it's not that, Sakura. Having your whole family being killed by your brother and your whole clan. I saw that Sasuke was going down a very dangerous path, so I decided to take him under my wing. But I tried my best, but at the end, he still let himself be engulfed by hatred. So it wasn't that I didn't want to train Naruto. I saw that Naruto was improving and he was getting training from Jiraiya Sensei anyways. But Sasuke, I tried to change him, but he didn't change. It wasn't your fault, Kakashi Sensei. He was the one who tried to kill Naruto, but I was the one who taught him that jutsu. That is why I am so ashamed of myself. I told him that he must only use that jutsu to protect his friends, but he ended up using it to harm Naruto. And for that, I hate myself. You're wrong, she said in pure anger. He was never Naruto's friend. If Naruto was really his friend, he would have never hurt Naruto with his Chidori. The hole that Naruto had on his chest was huge, and it was inches away from his heart. I am surprised that he was still alive, and that he could walk and even talk. Naruto is really strong, she thought. The world must be really coming to an end. Sasuke #1, fangirl Sakura, just praised Naruto, Kakashi thought with amusement as a smile came on his mask. Sakura, are you okay? I'm fine. Why do you ask? She said. Well, it's just because you're Sasuke #1 fangirl. I never thought that you would give Naruto praise, even though what they've been through. Sakura looked down. Even you think I'm a fangirl as well. As she then stood quiet, as she remembered the way Sasuke treated her and the way Naruto treated her. Well, I realized that Sasuke never actually looked up to me as a friend or a teammate. Naruto was the only one who treated me like a true friend. But I spit in his face with those words I said to him, she said, as she could felt the pain in her stomach again. Every time she remembered Naruto and what she did, she just felt pure pain. I see. I heard about what happened at the hospital 3 days ago. I am sure Naruto didn't mean to say those words to you, Sakura, but all those things he said was so cold and cruel. I never thought him, Naruto, out of anyone would say those to me. I wasn't surprised when I heard that he snapped at you. Naruto never had a normal childhood. When all of the villagers glared at him, beat up on him, and called him words, Naruto suppressed all of that anger and he put it behind a mask. So I guess everything just came out when he got so angry at the hospital. Why would Naruto keep all that inside and put a smile on his face? I don't understand, said Sakura. To Naruto, it was better to smile and not show his real emotions inside. He always had a happy smile on his face, even when things turned out to be bad for him. That was always Naruto's way. Sakura looked down as she remembered the words that Naruto said to her. He was very hungry, Kakashi-sensei. All those words, I am sure that he meant it. No, I don't think that's true. Knowing Naruto, he must be feeling terrible. He must be feeling guilty in himself. Naruto is not the kind of person to hurt his friends like that. Especially you, Sakura. Why would he feel bad? All those things he said to me, they were true. It pained me to admit it, but everything he said, I did all of them. But you know what, Kakashi-sensei? I am glad that he said those awful words to me. Why would you be glad? Kakashi said as he was shocked. Sometime a cold slap to the face can bring someone back to reality. But I better get going now. I have somewhere to go. As Kakashi nodded as she headed off. As Kakashi headed off as well. As a masked man then appeared out of nowhere with a swirling vortex. As he was standing in front of a grave. As he took the flowers and threw them away. As Sakura found herself at Ino's flower shop. As she stood outside, as she then took a gulp. She sighed. She walked in as she saw Ino. Hey Ino, how are you doing? She said. Ino didn't reply as she continued to fix the flowers and didn't even turn and looked at Sakura. Of course you won't talk to me. I know that you haven't forgiven me. I know that I was such a cruel and hateful witch towards Naruto. I have just realized what I've done. Ino still didn't look back as she continued. Please, I am begging you, forgive me. You don't know how sorry I am for throwing our friendship away for that bastard traitor. Ino then stopped after hearing Sakura refer to Sasuke as that. But she then continued after a few seconds. Sakura started to sob as she was crying softly. You have every right to hate me, but I will never hate you or Naruto. No matter what, you're still my best friend, and Naruto will always remain my friend and my teammate, even if everyone hate me. You, Ino, you will always be my best friend. It is time for a change. I promise you, Ino, I will never be selfish again. This is a change for me. I will earn your trust back. Same as Naruto, because I love the both of you, said Sakura. She was going to say something else, but then she heard Ino sobbing softly as Sakura started to walk up to see that Ino was really crying. Look what you made me did, forehead girl. I have wet the flowers in my tears. Sakura then feel relief as Ino called her forehead girl. As Ino turned around, as she ran up and hugged her. As Sakura hugged her back, as she was happy that Ino didn't seem to hate her anymore. Ino then breathed the hug as she started to wipe away her tears. I am sorry for ignoring you. I shouldn't have abandoned you when you needed me the most in that hospital. I know you feel bad for what you did. It's alright, Ino. You don't have to apologize. I had everything coming. I am the one who should be begging you to forgive me. What? Who said I'm no longer angry with you? You better apologize to Naruto when he returns, or I will never forgive you. I will. After all, I have 5 years to write an apology, and I hope that he accepts it. I hope he will. We have a lot of time. By the way, Sakura, I think I heard you wrong. I thought I heard you call Sasuke a bastard and a traitor when you were talking. Sakura only snort. I don't care about him anymore. He can rot in that cell for all I care. As Ino, I opened with shock. As Sakura then went on to tell Ino everything that happened. But you really still care about him, don't you? Ino asks. No, I don't care about him anymore. It doesn't matter what happened. I already told you what he said to me. He treated me like I was total garbage. So, there is no more feelings between me and him. Well, there was never none between him in the first place. It was always me. Okay, who are you? And what have you done with Forehead? It's me, okay? Cut it out. I'm telling you the truth. I have no more feelings to Sasuke. Ino was still shocked. I cannot believe that you have gotten over Sasuke. Well, Ino, after being rejected by him so many times, I finally got the message. Naruto was right all along. I will never care for someone like Sasuke. He was the first one who I really love. But Sasuke is so confused with rage and revenge that he has no time for no one else. He might not get his revenge after all. Did you heard about the trial tomorrow? About Sasuke who betrayed the village, a ninja who leave the village without the Hokage's permission, and worse, that Sasuke was going over to Orochimaru's side. That should be the death penalty. And obviously, they will find him guilty for his crime because he hurt his fellow Konoha ninjas, as Sakura then sighed after hearing this. I don't care anymore. Sasuke chose his path when he decided to leave and get power from Orochimaru. Ino nodded with agreement. They then changed the conversation. Hey Sakura, said Ino, when you said you love me and Naruto both, in Naruto case, what kind of love are we talking about? Ino said with a grin. Sakura gasped, while her face flushed. It's nothing like that. It's honest. I love him as a friend. Nothing more. Well, take care, Ino, said Sakura as she left the shop. Later that day at the Hokage's office, Tsunade was tired as a vein was in her forehead. It was all day and she had been filling out paperwork and she was sick of it. Is this what it means to be a Hokage? It was kind of angry and annoying sometimes. Lady Tsunade, said Shizune, this is what happened when you let the paperwork grow. You're supposed to do it every day, but you did it once a week. Oh yeah, just bring me a drink, okay? Said Tsunade. I am sorry, but I can't do that. I can't allow you to get drunk while doing your paperwork. Who are you, my mother? I'm always working, damn it. I need something to drink now, said the angry Tsunade. Now go and get it, she shouted, as Shizune then left the office. After a couple of minutes, Sakura came in as she asked Tsunade if she could talk to her. Sakura then asked Tsunade if she could train her in the way of the medical ninja. Why, are you trying to impress Sasuke? Asked Tsunade. As Tsunade was always on Naruto's side, and after hearing what Sakura did, she was kind of upset with her. Tsunade got a growl from the pink-haired genin. I am not trying to impress a traitor. I want to become a strong ninja so I can do something, she said. Tsunade saw determination in her eyes, but the thing that really set her off was that she called Sasuke a traitor, as she wanted to know what happened. I no longer wanted to be a fangirl. I want to be a ninja of Konoha and able to protect my village, she said, as she had determination in her eyes as Tsunade noticed this. Based on the answer you gave me earlier, you don't want to impress Sasuke. But why? Why should I take you on as my apprentice after what you did to Naruto? Tsunade said as she glared at her. Sakura gulped. She knew that she was in trouble. After all, Tsunade was fond of Naruto. Obviously, the rumor of what happened at the hospital had spread all over the village. Tsunade must have heard of it. I know what I did to Naruto at the hospital was unforgiving and wrong, and I don't deserve forgiveness. But I really want to become a strong ninja. Please, I don't want to stay weak and useless anymore. Tsunade stayed silent for a couple of seconds as she said, no, I don't have time to train you and make you become my apprentice. Now, I have a lot of work to do, so please leave. What? Sakura thought as she cried out please. She didn't yell in anger, but in pure sadness as tears started to fall out of her eyes as she begged and pleaded with Tsunade. Tsunade just looked down at her. So tell me this, the real reason you want to become strong is to impress Naruto, but you still want to protect your village and show Naruto that you have changed and not just still a fangirl. As Sakura looked up and wiped away the tears as Tsunade saw determination in her eyes. I don't care how long it will take me, I will earn back his trust one day. It doesn't matter what it takes, me and Naruto will become friends again. Tsunade chuckled. If Sakura ever knew that Naruto was the one who recommended her, but she wouldn't tell her that. Okay, I will take you on as my apprentice. Sakura wiped her tears as she cheered in excitement. You better get ready because the training won't be a walk in the park, said Tsunade. As Sakura then was dismissed as she should be showing up tomorrow. Yes, thank you Tsunade, Sakura said. Where the hell is Shizune? Said Tsunade as she looked around as Shizune came back in the office with Tsunade's sake. About time, she said while Shizune served her. Please don't drink so much, Lady Tsunade. You need to sign the paperwork. Yes, mother, said Tsunade. But guys, I'm gonna end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. But for now guys, I'm out. Peace.